Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Still have plenty of stuff from Axpona to share with you. First off, I gotta give you this update. I tell you about what my friends buy when they go to the show. Back in Florida, it was a lot of the Wally tools and the Kirmus, the RME stuff that Doug bought. And I like to share that with you because that's where the litmus test is. When people put their money where their mouth is, that's the ultimate litmus test. And I like to share more than just my opinion. My friends have good ears, so things that resonate with them, I want to share with you. It's not just what I like only on this channel. As much as I can do, I'll try to share that with you. And then I mentioned at this show, well, Carl bought a book, and then a really cool book, but Dave bought Kirmus record cleaner. Well, those things were great, but it paled in comparison to another one of my friends. He bought the Estalon Forza, which I think I've mentioned in prior videos. That he didn't stop there. He bought the Gryphon Apex amp, that massive amp that was just a static display. And if you remember in a couple of videos ago, I was actually worried and disappointed that I didn't get a chance to hear it. And I was wondering if the pallet got lost for their speakers, or the hotel couldn't hook up the power needed for that amp, or maybe it was the heat. And then I subsequently learned that they do have a way to mitigate the heat of the Class A. I mean, we'll see. But who cares? Badass. And he's putting it in his Colorado home. So, you know, when we go skiing, hopefully I'll get invited. I'll video it for you guys. When we're cold, come in, warm up around the Apex amp and listen to good music, and I'll feature that in a future video. I think he also bought, believe it or not, some Magico speakers. I don't know what model, but yeah, amazing. So that, and then I'm also scheduled to go to the Aries Surratt distributor's house, who has 8 systems in his home. Okay, don't get triggered, guys. I know sometimes this unattainable stuff, it is actually attainable. People do buy it. But I did feature Polk. I featured some budget stuff in prior videos, so don't get too mad at me. Hopefully you'll enjoy me sharing that stuff with you in the future. The other thing I wanted to feature is some stuff that I didn't get uploaded for whatever reason. The Wilson Wamm room, we went into that. I'm going to share that video with you because I think in the video you might be over here, Jose, talking about how he almost bought that Wamm, not this pair, but he had tried to source a pair a while back, and he found a pair in Europe still in existence, but the shipping to get it to over here in Houston was too much, so he didn't end up buying it. But to be able to see it now in the States in that restored condition from 1981 was really cool for him and cool for me as well. I didn't realize I'd been in the hobby that long, and it had been that long since the Wamm came out. I would have guessed 90s, but it was 1981. And then there was another video that didn't get uploaded, and this is the one I feel the worst about because this was one of the best rooms. The Alta audio with the Infigo amps. I did mention Infigo in a prior video, and I've loved them at the Florida audio show. Really cool, innovative, Class A. And they were with that Alta audio speaker, which is a point source box, not usually my style, but man, if there was one speaker that took me from an impression that I had almost none of, the highest after listening to it, the biggest delta change, it was that Alta audio speaker, because we gave them, they were kind enough to play Dave Husto's USB stick, which if you recall, he had recordings where he was present at the recording. So he was there. You can't get a better person to judge how a system represents what's on the recording than him. He knows those recordings well. I've had those recordings for a long time, and I gotta say, those Alta audio speakers with the Infigo amp, excellent job. So I apologize for not uploading that, and I'll put that at the end of this video, as well as some other footage that didn't get uploaded, so share that with you. The other thing that I'm going to do is do reference tracks like I did after Florida. Any tracks that I heard that were cool that I might add to my reference, or that aren't the mainstream, Keith Don't Go, Tin Pan Alley. I do have a video. If you're very new audiophile and don't know those recordings, the more common ones, you can watch that video to get what you'll usually hear at these shows for sure. Hugh Masekela, Chris Jones, and those other ones I just mentioned. But if I hear anything kind of innovative, new, the Airy Surratt Room has one that I added to my playlist. MBL played brand new 64 Dodge. I've always had it in my playlist, but I'll play it for you. And then the Metallica cover, Billie Eilish Bad Guy, some other ones that I'll add, and I'll put them in the description of this video if you just want to know and go play them on your own system. But the second video I released today, I will play them on my system for you, because I have a lot of GR Research fans and ones that like to hear how the NXtremes do against other speakers. I do have a lot of advantages than a hotel room or those environments, so keep that in mind. If you like, odds are mine are going to sound better, especially with the mic and the right volume. But the other thing I'm going to do that's innovative, a little bit different, is that some of these songs that I want to put in this playlist are YouTube videos. For the first time ever, I got a YouTube video played at the show. And that's thanks to the great Hi-Fi Rose streamer that allows you to have video content. And as I've said on the show, longtime subscribers know I'm adamant about your streamer being able to play stuff from YouTube. And I'm going to prove it for new subscribers. Show you, number one, Amy Winehouse, how much better the live version versus the studio version is. Even from the Hi-Fi Rose, we played the studio version that's already on Qobuz. I'm going to play you a much better version. And Adele. Everybody's playing Adele from streaming. The streaming is the worst quality of all. Actually, the LP has better dynamic range, and the YouTube version has better range. But then this one that I'm going to show you today in this second video is even better than all of them combined. So I'll do that little bit of innovativeness with the second clip today playing on my NXtremes and on my video for you to check out if you're interested in that part. So I think that covers everything for the update for now. For members, I shared today, I did install that server that I build servers. For those that aren't familiar, I had a video, maybe I'll put it up and remind you. I had a huge crate, 8 months in the works of building this server that includes dinosaur bone. Again, I'm saving that for members. They get certain perks, obviously, but at some point I may share that with you guys. But so much coming up, so much content still to share with you. So stay tuned, sign up, subscribe, and I'll see you back here soon.
You want to do mine, Jason?
Oh, do you have the ability to play a CD?
Yes,
file?
I
can. With a USB, I can.
Yes.
Yeah.
You train Georgia on my mind. You want that one, Jason?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Is it from Billie Eilish?
So Jose, this is a classic amp, but it runs.
Yeah.
So those that didn't see this
No problem.
for those that didn't see you in Florida, you have Class A, but these things run almost no heat sink.
That's correct, yeah. So the cool thing about it is that we have the so-called decorrelated bias adjustment system that keeps the transistors always on, but we're using only 35 watts more than the audio is requiring. So if we're idling, we're using 35 watts. If you're playing at 100 watts, we're using 135.
So it's just a smart way to keep it on.
That's right.
Quasi Class A without the heat.
Well, everything is always at the ready.
Yeah.
But we're not cooking the room.
Right, and it's beautiful, Chad. And then you can put a top on here too, right?
That is what normally is there, yeah. But it's not
or
just
you
for
can
the
just
show.
Keep it for show.
Yeah,
like
not
this.
for the show like this. It's always like that. So they come like this, but you can pop the hood really easy, and just have a look at what's inside.
That's cool.
Because, well, let's face it. If you buy a sports car and get some friends over, what's the first thing that happens?
Yeah, you want to look under the hood.
That's right. So we made it possible here too for the audio equipment.
Now, where are your exhaust pipes?
There are actually two at the rear.
At the rear? Okay. Well, actually, your speakers are the exhaust, so let's...
That's right.
That's right.
They have 2 ports as well. So, let me...
And you like these Alta speakers?
They are fantastic.
What are
This is the new
what's the
three-way
cabinet
version.
material, do you know? Pretty solid.
It's very solid. Yeah. And so the interesting thing is there's no padding in them. They have 2 transmission lines, tuned transmission lines, one to the bass unit and one to the mid unit.
A transmission
They're
line for the
completely
mid-range.
separate.
Okay.
Yes. That's actually quite an interesting thing.
Yeah, I never
Because
seen that.
we can go really, really very low below actually the resonance frequency of the woofer. It's,
Okay, let's listen to this. This should be interesting. So he participated in the mastering of this clip that
I
we're playing.
recorded it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
recorded
put
it.
it together.
Great.
It's just.
It's
It was actually a practice session that turned out really well. That's why I kept it.
good.
That's what usually happens.
That's sometimes the best.
You know, yeah, you know, and I
Well,
keep
Tin
telling
Pan Alley
everybody,
was just that.
I say record everything, 'cause
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah.
The first track, Georgia on My Mind.
That's it, yeah, that, please. It's just low volume.
Yeah.
I'll crank it up a bit.
Yeah.
Let me know when.
So it's maybe
It's probably good.
let me see if it's double time feeler. Georgia, Georgia, just no sweet song keeps Georgia on. Oh, Georgia, Georgia, a song for you comes as sweet and clear as a moonlight through the clouds. Many arms reach out to me, and other eyes smile tenderly. But still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, 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 no peace I find. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Many arms reach out to me, and other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road is under Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song, just an old sweet song, an old sweet song keeps Georgia on.
That's very natural.
Very good.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like it.
Well, that's a straight 2-channel stereo
Exactly. Well,
microphone.
that is so
And
nice.
they do the best.
I always
you know?
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounded
So it
very
sounded very
pure.
good.
Yeah, that's good.
No, great job.
A little bit of the room gain, you know, in the stand-up bass, of
Yeah.
course. It made it a little thicker, you know,
Yeah.
but
Uh-huh.
yeah, that
Yeah.
sounded really nice.
Yeah.
You're welcome to keep that if you want.
Oh,
That
that's
song,
fantastic,
if you
though.
want to.
Yeah.
All right. With Jose now, we're going to go back in time.
Made by Dave Wilson in 1981. Lived in his living room until 1983. And my brothers and I were able to pick them up about 3 years ago. We own JS Audio out in Washington, D.C. Hopefully you can come out and visit sometime. In the meantime, if you have any questions about the